Oh, why is this so hard? Run or exercise? Who thinks about that? And I only have 15 seconds to answer the question? What am I gonna do? Hey man, don't worry. Just make sure you follow Reggie's tips, because with those tips, everybody passes. So let's do it together. We're going to look at two examples, and the first one is the best one. That's the one that I recommend. And I'm going to show you a little bit later why that's the one that you should do. And the second one isn't really a bad example, but it's not the best. And what do we want? The best score possible. That's what you deserve. So let's take a look at question one. Well, personally, if I have the choice, I definitely prefer to run for two reasons. Because first of all, I want to get into shape. If I have to run, I'll have the physical body condition of my dreams. And everyone's heard the saying, no pain, no gain. So running is a bit more difficult than walking, but it's definitely worth it because I'll be the one that's in shape and everyone else will be jealous of me. Moreover, walking's too easy. This is because my heart rate will stay the same because it's not really challenging. And likely it'll have the opposite effect of my desired result. So I don't want the opposite effect. I want to make sure that I'm giving myself the challenge necessary to reach my goals.
Okay, 第65 Task 1 Sample. Do you agree or disagree with the following statement? Having power and money is the best definition of a person's success. Well, personally speaking, I do agree that the best definition of success in society is having power and money. Even though some people may argue that having good moral values and being a good person, doing kind things are very important. Still, our society defines success by judging a person's wealth and social status. Since it is not hard to understand this, one has to work really hard to pursue power as well as wealth in the society. Only by having a good work ethic can someone becomes good at things they do. And being good at anything will lead to good performance, thus yields good result. And I think this is success. In conclusion, I do believe that the best way to define any one person's success is by looking at the money or power he possesses. OK? 我是虎哥，更多TOEFL口语视频及相关课程可以参考我们的网站。Thank you for watching.
Okay, what did you think about both different TOEFL Task 1 answers? Honestly, they both were pretty good in my opinion. They both answered the question well. But let's break them down just so we can understand what do you want to do to get the best score possible and what do you want to do just to be able to pass. But we don't want to pass, right? Again, we want the best score possible. What was really good about the first one is that the answer was short and the student spent 20 seconds on both answers. And for you, was it really easy to understand what those two reasons were? Yes, it will be really easy for the grader to be able to grade reason 1 and reason 2 and the reason why and the explanation. Reason 1 was get into shape. And then the student very easily explained it in a very easy to understand way. And reason 2 was walking is too easy. And the explanation of walking is too easy is that it's not really a challenge. So the first example made it really easy for the grader to see the two reasons and the explanation. So the grader doesn't really have to think much about what to do. The answer is right there. The student will get every part of the grading score that he needs. If you notice here in the chart, the top two things that are important are having good grammar and fluency. That just means that it's really easy to understand. You don't stop. You basically give your answer with confidence. And if you have some good vocabulary, that's good too. But having an extraordinary reason is not the way to go. The more difficult the reasons, the more difficult it's going to be for you to explain. So one more time, just keep that in mind. Think about this: grammar, fluency, and if you want an even higher score, add vocabulary. Another important thing that you should notice in the first video is that when I say my reason 1 and my reason 2, I really take my time so that the grader can hear those reasons to understand what I'm going to explain about. And then after I say my reasons, I basically speed up a little bit so that the grader can understand that I really have confidence talking about those reasons. And what does that do when you do that? Well, it kind of lowers your nerves a little bit, right? So when you're speaking and then you're like, reason 1. and then you speak really fast, and reason 2, and then you speak really fast. It really calms your nerves a little bit so you can actually think about what you want to say. So what's the recipe for success? The simpler the better. Have some really good vocabulary in there, some colloquialisms. If you notice what I said, no pain, no gain. I also said it's worth it. And I added a little bit of advanced grammar and vocabulary in there when I said it will have the opposite effect. All right, we got that. So let's break down the second video. If you notice in the second video, I really love the confidence of the guy that's speaking. He speaks really well and he has a really laid back feel, so you can really tell that he speaks English really well. He does have a few grammar mistakes in there, but not too many. But a big thing that will definitely keep him from getting that 30 spot is that he's just speaking without a real plan. You can tell he really just thought about an answer and just started speaking, and whatever came to his brain, it came out. But he won't really get the best score possible, and that's what we want for you. And did you notice a difference between the first example and the second example as far as conclusion goes? The first one did not have a conclusion. Why? Because half of your score goes to reason 1 and half of your score goes to reason 2. In the second example, he ran out of things to say, so he basically repeated what he said at the beginning with a little conclusion there. I don't recommend that. We as the graders know exactly when you run out of things to say and you just say, okay, I'm gonna repeat my answer. That's why I think so. You will not get points for that. That will definitely keep you from that perfect score. So it's best just to plan out your time to have 20 seconds on reason 1, 20 seconds on reason 2, because that really shows the confidence that you have. If you like this analysis of TOEFL Task 1, please look out for the next video for TOEFL Task 2. I'm gonna do a lot more reactions like this so you can see, you know, maybe good examples and perfect examples just to help you guys out. Hey, so I really hope these TOEFL tips were helpful for you. Definitely when you take your exam, let me know the score that you got. And if you have some time before your exam and you need a little bit of extra help, we will have a TOEFL course ready. I know when you're watching these videos, sometimes YouTube ads come up and they block out what you want to say in the middle of what you're listening to. So definitely soon you'll be able to see the TOEFL course. A lot of the resources are free. Practice as much as you possibly can. And if you need some extra help, maybe from me, or you need help from another tutor, just check out the website and you'll be able to get that assistance too. All right, do great. See you soon.